Now I know everybody is watching the entertainment, but I'll settle for 2 or 3 people to come in and just join me and just sit with your girl. Who is Mother's Day? Lady, don't you know we love you, sweet lady? Well, I'm gonna get started and say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, all the new mothers, all the mothers to be. Peace and blessings. I am a mother. Just recently, my twins turned 15. So I've been in the game for 15 years. I'm very proud of myself. I feel completely accomplished as a mother. It definitely gives you a different outlook on life. I'm grateful for it. Shout out to all of the wonderful mothers out here on this beautiful day. We have our ups and downs with our babies, but we make it through. We make it through. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a mother. I think that our babies, they save our lives. I think we start to learn to think twice. I think we start to practice patience. I think that you know, our children raise us, if that makes sense. My babies definitely raised me. I was 19. I had no idea what I was doing. Um, but I was so grateful because, when I had them, they they taught me that it was okay to not know. That, nothing even mattered. Your money don't matter, whatever is going on in life, it doesn't matter long as we are with each other. And that was the best thing that I could have had for my babies, with my babies, the best understanding they could have given me. Patience. I definitely learned patience. Hold on real quick. Yes, I definitely learned patience with my babies. Um, they taught me, take deep breaths. I really learned that. I'm so proud of it too. And they taught me how to smile. Um, you know, even if everything around you doesn't seem as if it's something worth smiling, they were worth smiling for. So I did a lot of smiling for that. Um, I don't know. Whenever you guys come in, check out my thumbnail. A lot of people run from that, but I do want to speak on that, especially today, or at least give a brief um, um, understanding of the Ankh, and and let everybody know it's not anything evil. Cancer, thank you for coming through, Queen. Happy Mother's Day. I hope that you have a beautiful time with your babies and your loved ones. Um, Being a mother is something that we all should be happy about. It's a grand accomplishment to be called a mother. It's a title that nobody could take away from us, right? Um, I'm so happy to be a mom. I'm happy to be a mom. But the Ankh, um, a lot of religions kind of they don't necessarily do a lot of teachings on the Ankh, but in spirituality, you take a look into the description of it. And in short, the Ankh is a representation of life, you know. If you look at the Ankh, it depicts the womb and the staff or the wand, a man's staff or a man's wand, and it's basically giving you the understanding that uh to be in gratitude for life, and that's what the Ankh represents. And so that's why I wanted to place it on, my thumbnail while I was speaking to the mothers on Mother's Day. How, you know, when you step into motherhood, it's something that happens inside of you. It's like a click that happens inside, and you become more aware. Um, and I know this feeling because when I had my babies, Pearly, thank you for coming through, Queen. When I had my babies, it's a memory. It's a moment that I will never forget, y'all, because, okay, in my family, even though I have younger cousins, I never really had to babysit. So my first cousin, my oldest cousin, which is my one of my first cousins, she used to babysit me and my sister and my brother, right, all the time. So she had a lot of experience. My cousin, she watched us all the time. She was like our older sister. And well, she still is like our older sister. And but I never really had to do a lot of babysitting except for, just being around my siblings, and my younger sister, she younger than me and my brother, but other than that, I really didn't have that much experience. You want me? Thank you for coming through. Who is you want me? Why your picture looks so familiar? Cassie says, "Thank you, love. I'm doing too much. I did get up early and clean and the hubby barbecue hamburgers and hot links, but I'm just relaxing." Yes, Queen. Relax and vibe with me. I'm so happy for that. I appreciate that, Queen. Um, what does you want me to say? And y'all, this share link is still in the way for some reason. I don't understand it. It say Happy Angel Day. You changed your name. Oh, this is Mr. Down. Hey. Well, thank you for changing your name. It's a step up. It's definitely a step up. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Thank you for coming through on this beautiful day for me. I really appreciate it. No, but my babies, when I had them, okay, I had no experience in babysitting that often. I was 19 and I was in the hospital with my babies, right? And I was holding them and it clicked when they just smiled at me. And I think I cried because for the first time I think I felt like I had a reason. Is that Terry? I don't think that's Terry, Cancer. I don't think that's Terry. I don't know who you want me is. Pearly. But I'm happy that he comes through. I think he just recently changed his name from Mr. Down. So there goes Terry. Thank you for coming through, King. But I appreciate the King for coming through and changing his name for me. Um that really means a lot. And those my partners right there. My twins, they my partners. Like they really like ride with your girl. So um but yeah, it's a beautiful day for Mother's Day. And Terry, thank you for coming through on this day to celebrate with your girl. Yeah, that's Mr. Down, Pearly. I really appreciate him for coming through. That means a lot. That means I mean a lot to him. I appreciate it. But and I didn't do much today. I just been relaxing. Me and my babies, we just been relaxing today. I get to take it easy because today is my day, right? I get to do what I want to do. Yes, I have twin boys. They just recently turned 15. They've been homeschooled since I want to say the third grade. They started school. They were doing public school last year, but we took them out. It was a horrible transition. I wasn't ready for it. They weren't ready for it. So we back to homeschooling, and they have a good time with that. Their grades are awesome. They are gentlemen. They are very wise. Um, and we have a tight bond. Yes, and I kind of raised them different from how I was raised. We communicate a lot. We're very expressive towards each other. They don't have to hold anything back from me or feel shamed or anything. I wanted to make sure that they were individuals first, and that was my main thing, my main goal. And that they are very great people, great men, great, well, young boys, and you know they're the best things that happened to me. um I'm very proud of them, and I know they're proud of me. I know they're proud of me because we've made so many major accomplishments in our journey together, and I'm very grateful that we were able to do it together. And ups and downs, in and outs, it was always overall great because we've never made each other feel um less than perfect. And it's a blessing. I'm proud of it. Pearlie says, to your womb, congrats. Thank you so much. A very powerful womb because I was so tiny. Thank you. You want me, King. I was so tiny. I think I was like 115 pounds. And oh my God, they were huge babies. They were big babies. And they came out so strong, and oh, I was so happy. Shelly, thank you for coming through, Queen. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you, beautiful. Happy Mother's Day to you, Pearly Queen. I don't know if I said that to you, but happy Mother's Day. Um, and y'all, they taller than me now and everything. They gonna be tall. They're gonna be very, very tall men. And and they mama short, but it's okay. Um, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And they have the greatest smiles. Oh my God, y'all. When they were so little, they used to have their own little language and talk to each other. It was the cutest thing. And so I wasn't living in the same town as my family when I got pregnant because I was off in college and stuff. But I came home, and I spent time with my grandma to let her, help me, with the scopes. And my mom helped when she came home from work, and my auntie came, and my uncles, and their father came, and we all, but during the day, me and my grandma, we used to have the babies. We used to sit there and spoil them all day and just take pictures all day long. We took pictures of them so much they started crying. They was tired of taking pictures with us. And we used to take them and rock them all day and just rock them and dress them and wash them and clean them. And I just had a ball. I had the greatest beginning experience with my boys, and it was awesome. I had a beautiful start with them, and they taught me a lot about myself. They taught me a lot about life. Um and learning how to stand up, and even though I've been quite responsible, critical. Thank you for coming through, Queen. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the critical Queen. Yes, y'all. That is my queen, y'all. Everybody say happy Mother's Day to the queen. I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming through. But critical, that's my partner, my sis right now. But they used to speak this little language to each other, and they used to always laugh and talk. And back then, before we had any like apps or anything to put songs on the phone and stuff, my grandma recorded the twins talking because they used to have like this funny little talk. And she put it on her phone, her ringer phone. So anytime anybody called, she would hear it. I mean, it was just the cutest thing. And they had so much energy, y'all. So much energy. And then my younger sister, she had her nephew a couple of years after I had my twins. So they grew up together like brothers. And they are just the greatest thing. When they were younger, it was the greatest thing. They get a little older now, they got their own personalities, but they still like really really tight with each other. And I think my nephew, he got a competition to see who gonna be the tallest and everything. They running neck and neck, y'all. They running neck and neck. And you know I remember one time when we was standing, I was we was coming home, and I'm clumsy, but I was rushing to the house, and I kind of I did like a side fall, and I hurt myself, and I just sat down. I sat down and I took a deep breath, y'all. And my babies was right there. They was like, "You okay? You okay, mommy? It's gonna be okay." And I was like, "It's gonna be okay. Mommy just gotta breathe." They was like my best friends. And my partners right there. They always kept me busy. That's one thing because they are morning babies. And I never had a problem with having to wake them up for school or anything. They would just wake up and they'll come in the room. They say, "It's time to get ready for school. The sun is out. The sun is out." That's their favorite thing. So in their room, I would get like the dark curtains, like blue curtains. I love dressing their room up in blue. They had like a office room where I had the desk and the laptops and the lamps and stuff and the gaming chairs and everything. And they tell they come and tell me all the time, "The sun is up, the sun is up, so it's time to get up," right? But when I put the curtains up, and I thought it would work, y'all, it would not work. They would get up and they would open the curtains. They'd be like, "Mommy, the sun is up." You need a new channel? You need Critical's new channel? Critical Queen. If you want to, you can drop you could drop your links in the chat so everyone can come and follow your channels. Um Y'all, please support the queen. Yes, Pearly. They used to come and tell me all the time, "The sun is up, the sun is up." And so what I would have to do is I would have to get their clothes prepared for school at night because in the morning they would come in the room already dressed and ready. And I'm like, "What do y'all have on?" But if I get it ready at night, then they'll know to put that on. And then they'll come in the room and they got their clothes on and everything. Those were my partners. And it's this game I used to play with them, right? When they was like really, really little. I used to say, "Put your arms up, put your arms up, everybody put your arms up." And so they would put their arms up and I would tickle them. I would say, "Why you got your arms up?" And they used to just love that so bad. Like we used to laugh all day long. I say, "Why you got your arms up?" And so they start laughing. I say, "Come on, put your arms up. Put your arms up." And they put their arms up and I tickle them. And I say, "Why you got your arms up?" They just loved it, y'all. But they was my best friends. They still my best friends. Um, they they ride with me. They really do. So I spoil them. My mama and my daddy, everybody spoil them. My sister and brother and all them. Everybody spoils them because they good kids. You don't get too many problems out of the twins. They real helpful. They have this thing about them, like they're grand gentlemen. They open the doors and stuff, and they carry the bags. Now sometimes I got to tell them how to carry the bags because they want to do how they want to do it. They getting to realize that they taller than me, right? So they want to tell me, it's okay, we got this, and what you doing? And I'm like, wait a minute, I am gangster, okay? But they always want to like do for me and stuff, and they think about me a lot. I really appreciate them. I want everybody to have this beautiful relationship with your babies. And even if you may come on hard moments with your babies, because they tell me the teenage years is when they shift. So I'm a little nervous. I'm a first time parent every day. Even for 15 years, I've been a first time parent. So, I hope that they don't switch on me and go crazy. But even if they do, I've already been forewarned that the teenage years are the years where you start to be like, who is it, right? So if anybody's having any moments with their children, um, don't don't turn, stay in that space so they can know that, you know, they can always come back. They might be not understanding what's going on. And we didn't understand what was going on when we were teenagers either. So, just always be in that space of, you can always come back, and they will. And they will, because we have, right? Um, yeah, so they just recently turned 15, and so far teenage years are doing all right? So I think I'm almost I think it's going well. Right. Can't be too tight. Exactly, Pearly Queen. You can't. Um, I have a great time with them. I really do. Um, and every time we go anywhere, everybody want to know, they in football, they in football. Cause they got football figures. They really do. They can be great athletes. But they're mainly brainiacs, just like their mama, brainiacs. But I think that they utilize it a lot more than I do. Granted, life circumstances, I kind of tone down certain things, but with them, they are very, very intelligent. Um, they can be tight or loose. Exactly. Are they fraternal? They're fraternal, but they look just alike, which a lot of people look at that like, how are they fraternal? They look just alike. They really are fraternal, y'all. And this is what the doctor said. The doctor said that I got pregnant and had one child, and then I must have got pregnant right after. So basically, I got pregnant two separate times within the same time frame, if that makes sense. And so that's how they are fraternal. But they look just alike. They look just alike. You can't really tell them apart except for, when they talk, or you can identify them by their different character. Um Yes, they look extremely alike, and they know it too. And they will play on you if you don't know which one is which. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. But yeah. I was like, for me to not have any experience as a mother, I had two at one time. Two at one time. Oh, it was a party. Let me tell you, it's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Like I was learning how to get them to go to sleep overnight when they was about 5 months, I think 5 or 6 months. Around that time, it was time for them to learn how to go to sleep throughout the night. Well, they had their own cribs. I had everything where they had everything separately. They had their own cribs. They had everything on their own. But in the cribs, I could never get them to go to sleep. I could not do it. Unsuccessful. Forever. I could not do it. So one night, I put them in the crib together. And ever since that night, they slept all night long. Literally all night long. It was wonderful. I'm telling you, because just imagine, y'all, every 3 hours I would have to feed them, change their diapers, burp them. I'm tired. And I started back in school. I was tired. But when I got them to go to sleep, oh my goodness. I mean, I was so happy. And like when every time I would have their bedroom set up where they would have their own beds. And one time I remember the first time I got their own twin beds. I got their own twin beds, right? And that's when they were upgrading. And I heard a lot of noise in their room. I was like, what is going on? I went in their room and they pushed their beds together. They pushed them together so they could be right next to each other. I thought that was the funniest thing. It was so cute, y'all. And they were so spoiled because they had their own bathroom too. And they had I had it set up where they can have the TV. They was able to see the TV, and they used to have the toys in the tub. So they used to love it. And one time, my nephew came over. My nephew came over. I said, you want to take a bath? He said, no, I don't want to take a bath. I don't want to take a bath. But when he saw them take a bath and they was enjoying the TV and the toys in the tub, he was like, I want to take a bath, Auntie. I said, well, come on, let's take a bath. Y'all. It was fun. Oh my God. Me and my sister, we first time mothers together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then we had our babies in the football team together. And I remember because my nephew, he a little bit younger than the twins. So they would say he too young to play right now. He too young to play right now. But they let him play, y'all. And he was so ready. He was more ready than the twins. And I remember he broke his arm in either the game or practice. And so he couldn't play, but he used to be the mascot, y'all. We felt so bad because we know we weren't supposed to let him play, but he wanted to play so bad. And he was almost there at the age limit. And he was, they neck and neck around the size a little bit. He used to be just a little bit shorter, but he used to be neck and neck with the twins. But he was so cute, y'all. My babies, they were so cute, and I call them my boogers. And they done got to the age where they don't want to be called my boogers no more. They say, "Can you stop calling us that?" They don't want to be called my boogers, but I call them my boogers because they mad and they used to poop and snot and cry and waste and spill and everything all over the place. Okay, I'm reminiscing, right? But it's Mother's Day. I do what I want, right? You guys could tell your stories about any stories you've had with your babies or whatever. And we can just go back and forth because I got stories for days. I remember people used to call them my little ducklets because everywhere I would go, they be right there behind me. they they wouldn't leave my sight. I wouldn't leave their sight. I never separated my twins. I didn't let them go with one babysitter and another babysitter. If you couldn't babysit both, don't worry about it. And for the most part, my family, they really helped me with my babies. And but they used to follow me everywhere I went. They'd be right there, my little soldiers. You got 3 boys, Pearly? Tell me some stories. I know boys have a lot of energy, right? Oh my goodness. Boys have a lot of energy. Oh, they keep you going. They really do. Um, you gotta have a lot of energy with boys. We used to go to the park all the time, or we would go walking around the neighborhood, just walking around, or we would walk to the park. We get a bunch of popsicles or snacks and go to the park. We would have to because they had so much energy. Cancer said, I'm enjoying listening to you, Angie. To be honest, I've been feeling sad today, but you had me smiling so much right now. Thank you, Queen. I needed this. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'm so happy I could be of help. Today is our day. And I know that it's challenging. Sometimes we got loved ones, mothers, that, may have passed and everything, whatever the reason is, Cancer, you know, I'm happy to be here and help you give you some peace of mind and make you smile. And you stand strong. You deserve it. You deserve to have some appreciation and love today. So if me talking gives you that, that's my intent. And I'm really grateful, Queen, that I can make you smile today. Pearly says, we have a farm and my youngest tried milking the cow with his mouth. Oh my goodness, Pearly. Pearly! Why he do that? Why he do that? Oh my goodness. I know the cow like moo. Like moo. Man, babies, they do some things now. Like my nephew. Okay, I had a townhouse apartment, right? And I was coming in the house. I got the babies in the house. We coming from work and daycare, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to get some food going so we can eat. And I'm looking for the salt that I placed on the counter. I couldn't find the salt, y'all. And I know that my nephew is just singing and dancing and running up and down the stairs. So I'm looking at him like, what is you doing? He come down the stairs and he running all over the apartment, and I see a a thing of salt under his arm, hanging upside down, y'all. And I'm trying to stop him. And by the time I get it, it's empty. It was empty. He had salt everywhere. Y'all, I swear, I said, oh my I'm like, what am I gonna do with y'all? Like, what in the world? He ran up and down the stairs, y'all, all over the apartment. Rebecca Queen, thank you for coming through. Happy Mother's Day. You say you're new. Thank you so much for coming through and supporting me, Queen. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you had a beautiful Mother's Day. I hope that, everything was just, the greatest day that you can envision. Pearly says, my middle boy jumped off the bed from me changing the poop diaper. Hold on. I got to read that, Queen. This referral link is in the way. I got to read that. Oh, my goodness. They give you the greatest things, right? Oh, the memories. And TJ, he used to do it to us. I'm telling you. He was the one. Y'all, I got to tell y'all some stories. It says, and I chased him with poop drop. Oh no, Pearly. Oh my goodness. Y'all, okay. My nephew. Y'all, I had a big old TV in the front room in my apartment. And I had the DVD player and everything just set up right. And one day, I don't know what it is, but my nephew, oh my God, he's so smart. He took lotion and put it on a DVD and put it in the DVD player, y'all. Oh, and he started rubbing lotion on the TV. I said, T, what you doing? He told me nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Yo, yo, oh my God. And my friends used to come over, right, and try to help me with the kids because it was three of them. Oh my God. My sister would come over. Oh my God. And then, okay, I got another story. So they was in the bathtub and and I'm getting them ready. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get these towels, they rags, they clothes, everything. I got them in the tub. My kids are screaming, crying. I'm like, what's going on? And my nephew done jumped out the tub and they screaming and crying. I feel the water. The water is hot. I'm like, how the water hot? So I'm turning the water off. I'm like, get out the tub, get out the tub. I'm like, how did the water get hot? They said, TJ, turn the water hot. Y'all, my nephew, he was the truth. I'm telling you. Hey, he kept us on our toes. Now the twins, they would run, back and forth, zoom, zoom. But TJ, that was a brainiac right there. Oh my goodness, he kept you thinking. Like the twins. Okay, so my mama told me a story about me and my brother, because me and my brother are twins, right? And my daddy told this story. One of them told the story. They said when we went in the store, they went in the store. My mama told me we went in the store, and by the time she got in the store, she said me and my brother ran separate ways in the store. Right? So I'm like, that was so funny, right? Why my twins did that to me? We get in the store and my twins went separate ways. Oh my goodness. I'm talking about the scariest moment you can have. Curly says, OMG, my three was having a poop party in the tub. Boys can be next. Why that just reminded me of when I was young and my mama used to say, help your sister, teach your sister how to make a bed. So every day I used to try to help my sister make her bed. And my sister knew what she was doing. She knew how to make her bed, but she said, I don't know how. I don't know how. So my mama say, just make it fall. And my sister would look at me with the greatest smirk on her face, like, ha. Oh my God. Kids be knowing. That's why I treat them like individuals and not like, like they're not pets. They're humans. They have brains and they are highly intelligent. Oh my God. So they used to have a poop party, Pearly. Oh my goodness. I wish some of those things I could have recorded. I'm telling you, we could have made money off of it. But they done got a little older, so they into the game systems, and TJ, he goes to public school now. He didn't want to do the homeschool anymore. And he done fell in love with girls. And I remember, y'all, when they used to play football and they tried to get a cheerleading squad for their team. But the younger group doesn't normally have cheerleaders, but they did this one time, right? And they was playing the game. They was having a good time. The little kids was on the football field playing the game. And then for some reason, out of nowhere, they had the little girls come out and cheer. When I tell you, all of the kids on the field, all of the little boys on the field on both teams stopped in midstream and was watching the girls play cheerlead. And the coaches was like, "No, you gotta play the game. You gotta play the game." But they looked like they were so lost, y'all. So they had to make the cheerleader sit down. They couldn't cheer because the boys was looking so confused. They was like, "What's happening?" It does. It takes work to be a mother. And it's the smallest things that can make you happy, you know. Um, what I've learned is you don't have to have, um, a whole lot of money to, enjoy your babies. They gonna give you some entertainment. They definitely gonna give you some entertainment. They gonna give you something to smile about, to laugh about, they gonna give you something to talk about, Me and my babies, we used to all the time have little game nights where I would get different type of board games, or we would do something creative in art or anything of the sort. And or sometimes we would try to watch movies, but they don't necessarily watch movies. You know, they watch YouTube, but they don't really watch movies. But we still do sometimes play little family games and you know hang out, and I love it. I love my babies. um I didn't really want to come with a teaching moment tonight. I just really wanted to come and chill with y'all, and because it's Mother's Day, right? Y'all have game night, Pearly? Yes, it's a vibe. Me and my babies, it's a vibe. We really be chilling. They don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. Um, I don't place a lot of pressure on them. Their grades are outstanding. I don't have to stand over them to do their schoolwork and stuff. Um, they're really smart. Their reading skills are awesome. Math, everything. Um, do I want a girl? Um, sure. With the right person, with my if my future partner wants more children, of course I can do more children. Um, I love kids. I really do love kids. The only thing that I ask is that they be a part of their lives. That's the only thing that I ask for. Just be a part of their lives. You know, um, it doesn't take much for children. Know they don't know anything about, financial status or anything like that. They don't, unless we tell them, right? I think the only thing that children are concerned about is being able to be a part of our lives. So, that's the one thing that I always want, spend time with them, talk to them, you know, your presence is a very important thing. So yeah, for the right person, my right person, if that's what they want, I am all in for it. I wouldn't mind a girl. I wouldn't even mind, a boy. It doesn't matter. Boy, girl. I love my babies. I um and I'm pretty young, so I guess I can have more babies. So yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely down for that. Um long as us as parents, we know that the children are very important, and they should feel important, and we treat them as such, and we you know um you know I would love it. That's fine with me. Um you want a girl one day? I wouldn't mind a little girl. Um, a little mini me. um, I think cuz when we are kids, when we're young, we have this idea of what we want in life, right? And I always said I want all of the boys to be the oldest and the girl to be the youngest because I'm the oldest. And so, I would want the little girl to be the youngest or whatever, but it doesn't really matter which way they necessarily come. I guess I had the boys, I had twins, so and the crazy thing about it is because I'm a twin and I had twins, I'm pretty sure I'm more than likely to have twins again. I'm not sure how this works. But it was a shock to everybody because they say it's supposed to skip a generation. I'm like, well, it didn't skip me. But I love babies. Like I love kids. All the kids kind of vibe with me. Ever since I was young, like I can spend a lot of time with children because, they're innocent. They're kind of upfront, right? And it's not complicated. They're straight to the point. And so, we always have a good time. Like I take the kids to the pool and vibe with them. They love going to the pool with me because I like to swim too. I taught most of the kids around me how to swim. Um, and you know, I like to do artwork, so they kind of like doing stuff like that, real creative. Um, or I guess they feel like I'm fun or whatever because I take them to the park and let them do their thing. Even if I just sit down, at least they get to have their energy out, right? And it's hard for me to tell them no sometimes. So I always try to come with a compromise. I'll be like, okay, okay now. Let's see if we can work this out together. And they'll say, okay. Long as she don't suck cows pearly. I agree. I agree. Twin girls would be amazing. Yeah, I have so many twins in my family. It runs deep in my family. I have twin boy girls, twin boys, twin girls. I mean, twins run crazy in my family, surprisingly, right? And I got twin girl cousins, right? And they were always the most beautiful girls. Oh my goodness. And they hate it when I talk about them. I tell them I'm gonna put I used to tell them, I say I'm gonna put y'all picture in my wallet and show y'all off. They say don't do that. What you say, Mr. Me said, I heard you talk about babies. Yes, I love babies. You love twins? Yes. Well, I'm a twin, but I have a twin brother. And so, yes. And me and my brother, we were like best friends, inseparable. He always had my back. He still does have my back to this day. He's pretty chill and laid back, just like me for the most part. Like, we really vibe and just, it's like a kickback kind of vibe. Never, not too complicated. And, I think I'm the more well, when we were younger, he was more of I would say, even though we both were kind of popular, he was more popular. He was more social. But yet and still, I think I was more adventurous, if that makes sense. So we kind of equaled each other out. Um, but yes, and with the twins, my twins, they kind of they're not necessarily different from each other either. They're not extreme adventurers. They kind of keep everything, they try to be logical about everything. Right, Pearly, right. I always get along with kids for the most part. Sometimes a lot of teenagers are cool, but adults, to me, sometimes, even though I can get along with adults to me, they become more complex. They got a lot more, difficult, circumstances and situations. So, you got to kind of find a way to adjust. But with children, they kind of straightforward if you think about it. They really upfront. I mean, even if they trying to be deceptive, you can tell. You can tell, right? But all the kids, they call me auntie or something like that. They say, auntie, auntie. And I say, all the little babies. I love my little babies. So I used to call the twins my boogers. And they used to love it until a certain point. They'd be like, why you call us your boogers? They say, stop calling us that. They don't want to be called boogers no more. So I don't call them my boogers no more. In their face, I don't call them my boogers. But they still my boogers. I really appreciate y'all rocking out with me on this beautiful Mother's Day. I didn't want to come in with nothing deep today. I think I done been um putting a lot of thought into a lot of my discussions lately. And because I am a mother, today's my day too. So I just wanted to kind of, you know, give a little chill vibe today and just be a little, relaxed and, just, talk about what makes us a mother. Our babies. Our babies make us mothers. And look at the small things. Those are the memories. Those are the things that make you a mother. Their smiles. You know, when they go to sleep, that's the time when we smile at them the most. Or when they up, or even if you're having a hard time sometimes, if you get a little frustrated, even if you want to cry, it's okay. And they are right there with you. And they love you, you know, and that's the best part of being a mother, you know, seeing, that it's it every day, whether it be good or bad, find the good even in the bad because they're yours. It's life. And they're a great purpose. So I mean I can go into depths about motherhood and the unk and everything like that and at a later time. But today's my day too. So, I just really wanted to do a little chill talk with y'all as a first time mom. I say that if you have one child, or, in my situation, if you have twins at one time, you are a first time mother every day. And when you think of it like that, you don't become frustrated. You don't get, short in discovering and learning. Every day is a day of being a first time mother for 15 years. And it's been a great adventure for me, even though they end up being sick right now. As first time mom, you get double work. I applaud you most definitely. And every day they show me that I'm doing good, that I'm okay. And that's something to be thankful for. I'm grateful. I am so grateful for them. They've helped me get through a lot of storms, and we had a lot of lit times. I'm telling you, we had a lot of lit times, and they gave me an understanding of true love. They gave me an understanding of true love, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it. I really am. Well, and I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm thankful for y'all coming through and supporting me. And happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful people. And, give everybody around you a kiss and a hug. And, you know, because being a mother, it shows you that it's more than just with our babies, it's with everyone. So, let's love each other. Okay. Thank you so much, Pearlie, for rocking with me, Queen. You always rock with me. You got my back. I love it. But peace and blessings to you, beautiful people.